Why, hello there, and welcome to another Wednesday Live with me. I'm Christina Heideck. I am your host here. I'm the founder of PTO Answers, and I am a certifiable PTO volunteer nerd. So today, if you can't tell, I'm pretty excited. I'm working on some things that I haven't yet shared with anybody, and so I'm really excited about those things, but I'm not ready to tell you about them just yet. But today I did want to let you know that you were in absolutely the right place if you are looking for fundraising strategies and fundraising ideas that are new and that are maybe non-traditional. If you need ideas about that kind of stuff, that's exactly what we're going to be talking about today. And I'm going to share with you some, like I said, some new and fresh ideas because maybe the traditional catalog fundraiser just isn't working anymore for your group, and so you need something new. And I'm going to share with you a whole bunch of ideas that I've used myself, I've seen other groups use, and they've been super successful with them. So I want to make sure that you know about them so you can implement them too, right? So fantastic. Also, I wanted to let you know at the end of the broadcast, I am going to be revealing the big winner of the Fabulous Fundraising Guide. And if you don't know what I'm talking about and you're looking for a little more help than what I'm providing here today, you want like all the answers all at once, then head on over to my shop at PTO Answers. I have dropped the link in the resources in the description of the video for the Fabulous Fundraiser Guide. Go check it out. It's everything you could possibly want all in one place, one click to get it. And then there's so many resources in there. You're going to be so happy that you made that decision. So anyway, just want to point that out. So yeah, I'll be revealing who wins at the end of the broadcast. So I know she's going to be super excited. So, because I'm also actually going to be sending her the updated version that has not even been released yet. You can't even buy it yet she has won it. So it's kind of fun. I think that's always fun. So anyway, back to the topic at hand, which is fundraising. And I am right in between fundraisers for one school and have yet to start it at another school. But I'm using a couple of these different methods. So I think perfect time to talk about them. So for school number one, I actually did try a traditional catalog fundraiser and had really low participation rates, which is maybe why you would want to be considering a non-traditional, or I shouldn't say non-traditional, because certainly these methods of asking and raising money, asking for and raising money have always been around, but it's that for many schools, sending home a catalog has been a quick and easy way to raise a whole lot of money. Well, a couple things have changed so that that's not always like a surefire win. So one, you could have decreasing quality of items in the catalogs, right? Which means that you're just offering a whole bunch of junkety junk and people don't want to buy junkety junk, even if it's to support a good cause. And so they're passing it up right then and there. Or maybe you guys just haven't had good luck, or there's poor customer service. Like there's a gajillion reasons why not to do a catalog fundraiser, but what do you do instead? So that's what we're going to dive into today. So my very first suggestion for a non-traditional fundraiser, and this is something that's popped up recently, and I'm going to try it with school number two, is the no catalog fundraiser direct donation ask. So I think it was the first time I saw it, I think was on Pinterest. Gotta love Pinterest. And maybe it was Facebook. It was either Facebook or Pinterest. And it was just a picture of the flyer saying, I know you don't want to buy anything, so here, just send us money. And I've seen several iterations of this fundraising method. Some are snarky, some are sweet, and so you can really do it, really custom tailor it to your audience. So if you think that your school would be really receptive to giving you straight up money and you need to go like really sassy with it, then go sassy. But if you have a community that's a little softer and wouldn't take kindly to the sassiness, then maybe word it in a different way. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, maybe, I'm sorry if I'm like talking all around this, I'm really excited today. But it's when you just say, you don't have to buy anything. Like some schools will call it the no stuff or the hassle-free fundraiser. You don't have to buy anything, but we still need money to pay for all the programs and events that we're putting on. So if you don't want to buy something, parent, then just send us some money, just straight up, and it'll be 100% instead of us keeping 40 or 50 or 30% or whatever cut from the fundraising company we were getting. We'll get 100%. And that can be a really effective way to go. And this actually is a strategy that you can use in combination with a traditional catalog fundraiser. Like my mom always says, honey, I don't need any more junk, but I do want to support the kids' school. So can I just give you a check instead? And I say, but of course. Thank you, Mom. I love you. Thanks so much. The school will do great things with this money. So even if you are doing a catalog fundraiser, in the letter that goes home, give people that information that it's an option. Like let them know so that they might just not want to deal with it. They might just want to send you $20, and that's like sweet because it's a full $20 instead of if they would have just bought one item for $20 and you're only making 10 or 8 or 14 or whatever it is, right? So it's better overall. So the direct ask method is totally awesome, and that is the one that, like I said, we're going to be trying that at the upper elementary school in a couple days. So we're going to start that one. So another way that you can raise funds without asking any of your parents for money is to go to companies and corporations and businesses in your area and ask them to sponsor different events. Now, this is not one that I've done on a full, like a huge scale. I've done it for smaller things. So, but I know that other PTAs and PTOs have done this because I've seen people who were asking for ideas for how to include signage to recognize the corporate sponsors that they have. So I know other people have had a good success rate with it. I think it just depends on your community. It involves a lot of legwork. So for like each of these different methods of fundraising, they all involve different levels of work. So that's why some people just default to the catalog, because you are just sending home a catalog, maybe doing an assembly, a couple of reminder messages, and boom, you're done. But it can yield sometimes lower profits, right? If people aren't into it. So you can definitely go and ask different companies, and the companies that I would suggest targeting are going to be the employers of your parents, not your parents, but the school parents. So find out where people are working and just be like, hey, can you hook me up with a donation? Or would your company be interested in sponsoring this dance? Or would the company like to have their name emblazoned on our Fun Run t-shirt? That's certainly a way that you can earn a lot of money, because companies have the benefit of being able to reach a whole lot of parents, and especially if the company is specializing in products that are going to be purchased by families and or the kids or the parents or whatever. If that's their market, they're going to be able to advertise to 500 people for $500 or $250. I mean, that's a no-brainer for them. But it's all about how you position that ask and to make sure you have that connection. You're certainly going to have more success if you have a connection to that company through a parent than if it was just a cold call. But go ahead and take a look at the organizations and businesses in your area and see what might be a good fit for a donation ask. And if people don't want to give you straight up money, see if they will give you an item. This is something I have had personal experience with and have done very well. As you know, I live in Cleveland, and so we have so many stinking places to ask for donations from. So we have, all of the major sports teams, and then we have the minor league teams too that are in the surrounding areas. We have the Cleveland Orchestra. We have Playhouse Square. We have like just so many things. So like look at all of the businesses that you frequent, that you go to, and see if those are a possibility to get a donation from. Okay. So the next way that you can raise money for your group in like a small way is just to ask for donations when parents come to events. You can say the admission is pay what you want. Like pay what this is worth to you. Now you're not going to raise a whole lot of money doing this, but it's a little way of raising a little bit of money. So you could try that. The last method I want to mention to you is the a-thon method. And this one is really awesome. I've personally run a walk-a-thon 2 times for a very specific reason. And that was when my kids were in 3rd grade. That was the last grade of that school building. And we would do a whole bunch of different like special events for the 3rd graders to recognize that they were moving up into the next school. So we would do like, the main event was a dinner dance that the kids would go to with their parents. And we would also give them a t-shirt. And then with whatever else was left over, we'd have like a popsicle party or a pizza party. And then maybe even make a gift to the school from the class. And the years that I did it, we had so much money. It was flipping awesome because I was able to leave that school with a whole nice chunk of change from my kids' classes, and it made me feel so good. And we got to do like a whole bunch of cool stuff for the kids. So the walk-a-thon, actually, it's been going on for years. It wasn't my idea, but I kicked it up a notch with just by following up with families like after it happened. And I increased how much we raised by like 30% by just asking after the fact and being like, hey, you didn't give before. The event was really awesome. We're still planning all these events because we raised so much money. Would you like to contribute now? Or would you like to make an after the fact pledge? And don't you know, a lot of people responded, and they responded generously. And it was like really awesome because all it was one additional flyer home. It was like so simple. It was awesome. A good friend of mine, she's a retired principal from a district about an hour away from here, actually. And she told me that her buildings had like crazy success with mathathons. Like, so anything, you can take anything and just do like a thon. You could do a read-a-thon, a run-a-thon, a walk-a-thon, anything like that. She said that her building had made like $10,000, and this was like their only fundraiser that this PTO was doing was $10,000. One shot for the year was a mathathon. So, and she wholeheartedly supported it as a principal because it was a twofer. It was raising money for her building, and it was also getting those kids to practice their math facts. So it was like awesome. So I don't have specifics on like how she structured it, but I'm sure you can look it up to see what other schools have done, but certainly that's a great option. And if you want specific guidance on like the wording to use, I have you covered with that too. I put everything together in a thon kit, and I dropped the link in the video description too, so you can have easy access to it there. But it's got a whole bunch of different templates in there for everything from like the individual tracking sheets to the permission slips and a letter to the teacher to let them know what's going on, and the follow-up language, like all of that goodness is in there. And there's even specific guidance on how to do a walk-a-thon because like I said, I have personal experience with that. I've run 2 very successful ones. So I wanted to share my knowledge with you about that. So let me jump on and see if there's any questions. I have done such a fabulous job of explaining everything that nobody has questions right now, it seems, but I'll hang on and give you one more second to pop in because there is a bit of a delay. And let's see what we're going to be talking about next week. I have a list because I have to write this stuff down. That's right. So next week, just as a little preview, we are going to be talking about the easiest way to ensure your fundraising success. So I'm excited to share that one with you because I like solutions. That's why I named my company PTO Answers. I like giving people answers and like actual things to do, actual strategies that work. So go check out the resources I mentioned. Okay, and now I think I've promoted this enough that we have it is time to reveal the winner of the fabulous fundraising guide, and that is our fabulous community member in the PTA PTO Superstar Leader Group, Leanne Costello. So congratulations, Leanne. When I hop off this live, I'm going to go ahead and send you the download link. It is so big and so juicy and has so much in it that I'm not actually able to email it to you directly because it would crash my system before it even got out. And then if it did somehow manage to get out, it would for sure crash yours because it's a huge file with so many resources in it. So I will send you the download link. So I know Leanne's going to be so excited about it. And like I said, she is getting the yet to be released version, the new and improved version of the fundraising guide, which if you buy the guide today, the current guide that's available right now, I will go ahead and send you the upgrade when it is released for absolutely no extra anything. So just a little carrot there if you gotta have it today, which I would totally understand and recommend if you have questions about fundraising, because it is awesome. So everything I do, I try and make it awesome and give you all of the answers that you need in one place at one time. So, okay, with that, and I will left my phone on and I got a little ka-ching. With that, I will see you guys next week for more talk on fundraising success. So until then, have a great week, y'all. Bye-bye.